Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine and today we are going to make a version of this really pretty card using Berry Burst and Bubble Bath. This card, I have to give credit to Tanya Badulka of Stampin' with Tanya Badulka. She's my upline and she's the lady that leads the monthly card group that I go to. And we made this card at our meeting. It's really pretty. It uses Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis as well as a little bit of bling. She's used the stitched rectangle die there. I'm going to recreate this in, as I say, Berry Burst and Bubble Bath. And I've got some bling left over from a paper pumpkin kit that I'm going to use in the front of the flowers. This, the rhinestones are gorgeous. If you're going to hand deliver this card or pack it inside a package, that's perfect. But these don't always go through the mail system very well if it has to go through the metering machine. So these are little sequins, so they're flat, so they will absolutely go through the machines. I've used the deckled rectangle to cut out the greeting, and I've already done that. So let's go ahead and get this card built. So I'm just going to move some things out of the way, and I've got a landscape opening card. Sometimes if you put a lot of weight on the front of the card and it's a tent fold, it will just floof out flat. So if you're going to put a lot of things on the front of the card, you can use the landscape method or the side fold landscape. So you just take your 8.5 by 11 and you cut it at 4 1/4 and then score it at 5.5. And there you go. That's your side opening card. So again, just going to pop that off to the side. The Bottled Happiness stamp set that I'm using is a 2-stamp process or 2-step stamping. And it's got two different, this is the background and this is the detail. I'm stamping the detail darker and I'm going to do that first. And the reason I stamp my detail first is I find it easier to line up if the darker image is already down. And in the darker image, it's actually the center of the flowers, so it helps me guide those flowers in when I am adding the second layer of stamping. So we are just going to stamp this in either corner like this. Okay, and at the same time, I'm going to come in with a set of leaves, and I'm just going to put one stalk like that. Oop, and that didn't go. Well, crap on a cracker. There we go. So I can fudge that. It's okay. And then one down like that. And we're done with the Berry Burst because I've already done the greeting. The greeting is done in the Berry Burst as well. Okay. So move those, and I need to use the, oh, my ink pad has gone a little bit wonky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoon and I'm just going to, oh, it looks like I didn't clean off my spoon last time I did some embossing, so, but that'll be fine. I'm just going to smooth that all out so that the ink, there we go. Let's just scrape all that off. Grab a Kleenex and just wipe that. Okay, so all I'm doing is redistributing the ink so that I don't have any blotchy spots. So there you go. There's a bonus tip and trick for this one. Okay, so I'm going to ink this one up in the Bubble Bath, and then I'm going to use my flower centers as my guideposts. So I can see the flower centers through my stamp. I'm just going to make sure that I am lined up and then press it down. Give it a second to transfer some ink over, and there we go. So let's do this side too. Again, using those flower centers to line up the stamp. Kind of just grab a couple and make sure you're lined up. And then give it a second for the ink to transfer. Okay, what I need to do now is I need to clean off this stamp set. So I'm just going to grab a wet wipe because I'm going from a darker ink into a lighter ink, it is really super important that I clean off the stamp before I do that so that I don't end up muddying my new stamp. So let's get rid of all of that ink. Okay, good. We are good to go there. And into the bubble bath. And down. And down. Okay. And like that. And like that. Okay. So that essentially is our card front done. Let's just close up the ink pad. And I need to dimensionalize my greeting onto the front. So I'm just going to pop a couple of dimensionals on the back of this. And pop it right down in the middle like that. So overflowing with happiness. Okay, and we can dimensionalize it onto the card base. So just pop some dimensionals on the back here. Bring in my card base. Let's peel these off. So one of the things that I really like about Stampin' Up! Is they have, they call it casing. And if you're not familiar with that, case is copy and share everything. So it has kind of two meanings. Copy and share everything means, you know what, take all these ideas, copy them out there, get them out there, and that's fabulous. The other meaning is that copy and share everything means if you are copying someone's idea, then give them credit. Give them the shout out and say, hey, I got this idea from, you know, so-and-so on Pinterest. And even if you can't find the source for it, just say, you know what, I found this on Pinterest. I'm sorry if you are the kind of the owner of this idea, then let me know and I can give you credit. So I do like to give the shout out where the shout out's required. So I'm just putting these little sequins in the middle of the flowers, like so. And I'm going to just pop a couple out into here just to bring the eye kind of back in to the corners there, just kind of spread it all out. And that is our card based on the card we made at our stamp night. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.